All right, greetings and salutations. Sorry for the black screen there for a minute. Still getting my feet underneath me, going live. Not sure how many people will get in here, but I figured I would just hop on live for a little bit and see if there were any people whose questions I can answer. A very special day, Christmas. Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates. Special shout out to those of us, those of you out there who celebrate Christmas alone or are away from your family on Christmas. Again, just been busy, haven't had a ton of motivation going through a couple different things, so figured why not pop in here. And I didn't do an actual preview, so why not just hop in here and kind of make this little live a preview of its own. Get the little Bulbasaur light rolling. Got 3 games to start the week 17 slate today. Kind of some crappy quarterback play, or maybe just from guys who we don't normally associate with quality quarterback play. Chris Alata-Kun, Josh Johnson. Is it Max Brosmer? Is he playing today? I'm starting to wonder if maybe we need to push back the NFL or the fantasy championship week to week 16, because I feel like so many more teams are just kind of clocking out at this point of the season. Like you got Rashee Rice, Brock Bowers on IR. So much of the seeding is kind of decided at this point. And I think the longer you make the season, the earlier those final standings sort themselves out, right? Like in the NBA, for instance, at the very end of the season, yeah, maybe there's a couple teams jostling for position, but the more games you play, the longer all the teams have to kind of categorize themselves into certain groups and separate themselves, yada, yada, yada. And I think we might be seeing that a little bit with the 18-week NFL season and a lot of guys just being shut down. I am deathly afraid in my championship matchup. I'm going against the Broncos defense. So I just feel like I think that they're probably going to score 20. C Sports, is Jacory worth the start versus Dallas? Yeah, in one league I'm in a championship, and I have Quinshon Judkins and Brock Bowers. So I saw the news that Chris Rodriguez was out, and I slid Jacory into my starting lineup. So I think you can start him, but understand you are not starting him from a place of confidence. You're starting him from a place of, hey, I see this guy right here against a weak defense. He's going to have more opportunity. If a few things go the right way, then yes, he can be a good play. But you're not starting. He's not like a high floor start. He is startable now that Chris Rodriguez is out. Start him over Dylan Sampson. Isn't Dylan Sampson banged up? He may play, he may not. I probably like Sampson more in a vacuum, but now that Chris Rodriguez is out, feels kind of similar. I don't know. Do you have a gut feeling over that one? I think I would probably lean Sampson. I think he's a better player than Bill, but it's tough with him being injured and not quite sure how that's going to shake out. I just think in full PPR, especially, Sampson's going to get a ton of work. Whereas for the Browns or for the Commanders, Jeremy McNichols will take away a lot of passing down work from Bill. Any questions y'all got this morning, feel free to drop them in the chat. If you are watching the replay of this live, drop your questions in the comments. I'll try to circle back and answer those. Kind of a weird feeling having the NFL season and the fantasy season come to an end here. Kind of abruptly just ended. Merry Christmas to you too. Have my championship game this week. Currently have Lawrence, Herbert, and Brissett to choose from in a half PPR league. Lawrence, let me move this chat over to my other desktop. So I'm looking at the camera and not away. Let me read that again. Lawrence, Herbert, and Brissett. Lawrence is playing the Colts. Herbert's playing the Texans. Brissett against the Bengals. Brissett's kind of been cooling off recently. Lawrence has been absolutely hooping. And then Herbert's also a stud. I would probably lean Lawrence. After seeing what Brock Purdy just did to the Colts, after seeing what Trevor Lawrence has been doing the past couple weeks, including to the Broncos, who low-key underrated, have not been a very good defense the past month or so, maybe even longer than that. Luckily for us, Caldino, half PPR does not matter for quarterbacks, so we can just look at these guys in a vacuum. I would go Lawrence. And how am I feeling about Kittle? The re-injury risk is real. The decoy, just use him as a blocker risk is very real. We saw that in his first game back against Atlanta, which at the time probably felt like a must-win for the Niners. I'm not sure what their record was at that point, but I know they kind of had a somewhat slow start to the season. I think I don't have the guts to sit him if he starts, but it's not like the typical George Kittle decision where there's not even a shadow of a doubt in your mind, right? That's how it typically is with him. In this specific case, late Sunday night game, must win. Like if they win these next two, they get the number 1 seed, which is freaking insane. I'm still playing him and just hoping that everything's all good. I went and picked up Taysom Hill in the event that he does not play, but I hope we get some clarity on that sooner than later, like by Saturday, on whether he's playing or not, because I don't want to have all the Sunday early games get played and then we get to Sunday night and then we get the notification George Kittle's not playing. And then we're like, okay, well, now we have to choose between one of the tight ends on the Falcons or Rams who are available. And that's not going to be a great situation there. So hopefully Kittle plays. And if he plays, I'm starting him. No questions asked. I know that's a long-winded answer to your very simple question, but headache came from riding with Herbert all season and Brissett for a few weeks. I cannot believe that Lawrence was available, dude, because he's the QB4 on the season. Like the entire year, he's top 5. And I know that's been boosted by a few games, specifically the game against the Jets where he popped off for like, I don't even know what, he had like 45 points. But yeah, he's pretty dang solid. Liam Cohen, it's the power of having a competent offensive coordinator. That's low-key disrespectful to Liam Cohen. He is more than competent. He is I don't want to call him elite, but pretty dang good play caller and seems to have got that ship rolling in the right direction for sure. So first game of the day is Commanders at the Cowboys. Is it in Dallas? It's in Washington. Dallas is favored by 8.5 points. Neither of these teams have anything to play for. Javonte Williams has been kind of uninspiring lately. Falcons were pretty good at stopping tight ends at the time too. Yeah, no, they were for sure. They were, midway through the season, they were like the number 1 fantasy defense against tight ends. Let's see this injury report for the Cowboys. Tyler Guyton's out. I think he's been out, hasn't he? I'm wondering if the Cowboys are going to try to spin the tires on Malik Davis a little bit with Javonte. I believe Javonte's just on a 1-year deal, right? I'm not like scared of starting Javonte. Yeah, it's a 1-year deal, but I am wary of there's nothing to play for. Like, this is a math game. Like, how can we get the best players possible for the least amount of money? Are they going to try to see what Malik Davis? Are they going to see what Malik Davis can do? I'm keeping an eye on that today. Their snap counts. For the Commanders, third string quarterback, starting running backs out. Hopefully, you're not relying on Terry McLaurin today. Hopefully, you're not relying on Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison today. Next game would be the Lions and Vikings, two teams that are likely to miss the playoffs. I think the Lions are holding on by a mere thread. Cool stat: Amon-Ra and J-Mo are one of two teammate duos to each have 1,000 receiving yards this year. The other one is George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Injury report here. Avonte Maddox is out corner for the Lions. I did not see that TJ Hawkinson was out. I think that makes Josh Oliver like a playable tight end too, but you don't want to start him. Again, Max Brosmer. No shade to him, but and then Amon-Ra and J-Mo. I know Amon-Ra's been banged up, but you're firing him up. Justin Jefferson, you can, but the floor could fall out from underneath him with Max Brosmer. That's just going to be the case. Low-key underrated play today is Aaron Jones with Jordan Mason being ruled out. I think he could have a pretty good game, especially if you think the Vikings are going to want to establish the run, help it not be like a totally gross, disgusting blowout. I think there's a good opportunity there. Denver and Kansas City. Denver's 14-point favorites. I don't think that's enough. I don't gamble on sports. I think fantasy football scratches that itch for me. But if I did, I would be very, very tempted to hammer Denver minus 13.5. Because like Sean Payton is a petty dude. Like, we know this. Like, he's very petty. And the Chiefs have ran not just this division, but the entire league for, it feels like the past 10 years now. I know it hasn't quite been that long. It's been like 5 or 6 years, half of that. But the Chiefs they're finally down, right? They were beating everyone up, walking around the playground, like running shit, whatever they wanted to do, they were able to make happen. And now they're down and they're literally out. Like, they're literally textbook definition down and out. And I think Sean Payton looks at that and just wants to like just rub it in. I would not be shocked at all if Denver, like if he's going for fourth down in the fourth quarter up 20 in this game, I would not be surprised at all. I know that's narrative based, that's not fact based. I'm not encouraging you to go place that wager, but just kind of what pops into my head when I think of this matchup and why I'm so scared going against the Denver defense this week. NFL leading 63 sacks. Chiefs guaranteed to finish under 500. Rashee Rice obviously on IR. For the Broncos, they're missing. Pat Bryant's not going to play. Not too bad on the injury report there for them. Hoping Courtland Sutton can kind of keep his hot streak going. He's had a pretty good year, just 28 yards away from 1,000. Probably not going to get to 10 receiving touchdowns. He has 7. He could if he gets hot over the next couple of weeks. Travis Kelce, a lot of speculation on if his career is going to be over after these next few games. And this would be, I believe, his last game in Arrowhead. I don't think you can be really confident about starting him. I have to in a league where there's not really a good free agent available. And on top of that, Brock Bowers is hurt. So kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that, hey, they're going to be trailing. Travis Kelce's not running any deep routes. Chris Olakun, can he just pepper Travis Kelce in his last home game? Can we just get like 10 targets for Kelce and have the fans give him a standing ovation with every catch? Like, can we just do that? I would personally be all for that. Um, because of what we project the game script to be too, I think RJ Harvey's a pretty dang good play this week. We just saw what Tyjae Spears and Tony Pollard did to the Chiefs defense. Don't think there's a whole lot of resistance going on right there right now. And then for the, I think I'll actually just stick to those 3 games on Thursday. I'll try to go live again before Saturday and then again before Sunday. Just kind of keep it short and brief. I haven't been putting out as much content. Kind of feel bad. It's like it's championship week. I should be on top of my game right now, but I'm not. Kind of going through it, just trying to find my way. Merry Christmas, Frosty. You need 2 out of Bill, Woody, and Pitts. I would go Pitts. I'd probably go Pitts and Bill. Kind of feels crazy. Feels kind of crazy, but I go Pitts and Bill. Pitts for sure. And then your choice between Bill and Woody, but I'm going to go Bill against the Commanders. Neither of these teams are playing for anything. Can kind of feel like guys are just trying to pad their stats. I don't mind that at all. Any more questions y'all got, fire those in the chat. I'll answer those. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and start working on green lights and red flags for this weekend. I won't be able to include any of the Thursday games, but hoping I can bang it out and have all the Sunday and Saturday games included. Do I see Henderson playing? Concussions are tough, bro. I'll say I only think CD played after his concussion because he played on the Thursday night previously. Travion played Sunday night and they play Sunday morning. Doesn't even get a full week to come off of it. If you have Ramondre as well, Frosty, then I wouldn't trip at all, right? Because if Henderson plays, you're starting Henderson. And if Henderson doesn't play, you're just going to take Henderson out of your lineup and put Stevenson in, right? So I think you're in a really good spot. Like, I wouldn't be very stressed at all if I were you on that note. I would just save one of your running backs slots or one of your flex slots or whatever for one of those Patriots running backs. And if Henderson's playing, it's him. If he's not, you put Ramondre in there. I feel like it's pretty cut and dry. No, there's only a handful of people in here. Any other questions y'all got? Happy to answer. If not, gonna skedaddle and look at some matchups and put out my last green lights, red flags video of the year. Crazy how fast this year's gone. It's kind of bugging me. 2026 is here already. All right, guys. Well, Merry Christmas. If you are away from your family or away from home on this day, just know you're not alone. Find healthy ways to just be. It's so easy to self-medicate and kind of check out and numb everything, but the longer you do that, when you come back, it's not very fun. So take care of yourself. Reach out to people you love. Let them know you love them. And good luck this week. I'll talk to y'all soon. Deuces.